Coronavirus is changing the business world. Here are 7 business opportunities for you coming up right now. Hi, I'm Oliver, CIBS Executive MBA and Startup Coach at AskMeStartUp.com. I have been in the startup and coaching life since 2014, and I want to share my insights and know-how gained during that time with you on this channel so you can build a better and more profitable business in the future. We also have a free startup checklist, link in the description below. Now, the coronavirus crisis has been dramatic and it is having a severe impact on the GDP of all nations. This is like something we have never seen before. Just to give you some numbers, by yesterday, 22 million Americans have filed unemployment support. 1/4 of the European workforce is on short-term work support by the governments. I mean, we're expecting decreases of GDP locally between 7 and 10%, maybe 4% over a whole year. I mean, this is really massive. What it actually implies is that things are going to change. And here are some of the opportunities for you to go right now. Well, let's go right into it with business opportunity number 1, and that is the cleaning business. Nothing is more in demand right now and will be after the coronavirus crisis is over than business cleaning. What I mean by this is if you are able to specify on disinfections and proper cleaning of business areas, build up a website telling and showing that you know how and where the hotspots of the virus are and which ones you need to take care of to clean, you have an edge over the competition, and this is going to last because no matter what, people's behavior after this crisis will change and this type of service will be in demand further and further. However, you need to focus on the niche within this industry where you want to provide the service. I would bet that restaurants, for instance, will have less of a demand in the future than regular businesses like banks and lawyers and all these kind of businesses. Business opportunity number 2, serving remote working people at home. Now, this is an area that has grown dramatically over the last weeks because of the lockdown. However, keep in mind that this will have a significant impact in the future as well because more and more people will demand to keep on working like this. There is this joke around that says who has the biggest impact on our digital transformation? Is it A, the CEO, B, the CIO, or C, Corona? I guess you know the answer. But beside that small joke, it is really an impact that is going to last. Now, you can think of how to serve those people in different ways. One of them being, for instance, that those people still have kids and they would need to go to daycare. Now, usually people bring the kids to the daycare center when they're on their way to work. Now, as they're not going to work anymore, you will have to pick up their kids to bring them to the daycare center. Or you are serving video conferencing tools or digital document handling services. All of these will become even more important. I'm also thinking about electronic signatures so that people and bankers, for instance, lawyers, etc., can really work remotely from home in a safe manner. This is a huge opportunity for the future and it will continue to grow. There's no question for me about it. Business opportunity number 3, home delivery or ghost kitchen type of business. You can imagine that restaurants, as they have been shut, will go out of business in a huge number. However, even if they would allow restaurants to reopen, people are not very likely to revisit restaurants in the same manner as they have done prior to the crisis. That actually opens up a huge opportunity for those delivering home delivery services in a different type than it has been today. What I mean by this could be someone who is delivering food for home working people, home office people, that actually delivers food on a specific time, freshly cooked, hot, so that people don't have to do cooking at home, which they anyway would not have time to. The other option is that industries that deliver fresh foods and vegetables and all these other things are going to be in bigger demand because people do not want to go out shopping anymore. So this is a combination of things that you are actually able to supply. And please don't make it overcomplicated, but maybe the opportunity lies within having a restricted menu for people to choose for a whole week, and then you're delivering them their lunch menu every day on a specific time. Business opportunity number 4. Reality hits especially Western countries, very hard because the medical device industry and pharmaceutical industry has been hit heavily. That is mainly due to the broken supply chains from Asia, specifically India and China. Because those countries were in lockdown, no products were available anymore, and a lot of countries ran out of stock of facial masks, ventilators, of basic medication. Now this opens a big opportunity because those countries have come to realize that they cannot rely on those supply chains anymore, and they have to bring back a certain amount of manufacturing of those goods in their home country regions. For the US, that's quite clear, it will be in the US. For Europe, that will be distributed in the European Union and Switzerland. So there are a huge amount of opportunities for you to come up with products that are in need and service you can provide to governments in the future. Now keep in mind that that also implies that we will see inflation. That's just a side note because of course those goods will be much more expensive than they used to be in the past. Business opportunity number 5, drones. Now, drones is a business that has been the business for a long time. It's nothing new. However, the way we use and apply drones might be very different in the future. For instance, in China and in South Korea, drones have been used to disinfect cities and areas without anybody physically involving there. Secondly, they have also been used to transport medication to those areas without getting people contaminated with the virus. Now, even though if the virus will go away and we might have a vaccination one day, this is just another step forward, and people will continue to use those type of technologies in the future for sure. The next business opportunity might be, and that is the revival of the good old drive-in theaters. Now, as you can imagine, people are not very likely to go into crowded cinemas in the future because they are just afraid that something like the coronavirus will still be out there and will come back in the future. This will make it very hard for restaurants and or cinemas to gather larger crowds of people in their facilities. Actually, what it means is that this will reduce their productivity significantly. However, if you have a drive-in cinema, this will actually be perfect because people are insulated by themselves and nobody's infected, and still people have the need and desire to go out for cinemas. Business opportunity number 7, remote doctoral consultation. Now, even though that has already been partially available, it is going to be huge in the future because we are afraid to infect people that are very vulnerable. This is already starting with some startups, and I'm going to link it down below with an article in Asia where they're using AI in order to survey elderly people and help them to get in contact with doctors when the AI thinks that there is a medical issue to be dealt with. Now, this is just one possibility. However, this non-direct contact consultation will become bigger and bigger because things like the current virus are very likely to come up again in the future, and that's a business that's going to explode, I'm very sure. So, have you found any opportunity that you like to see, or have I been missing some very big opportunities that you think should be worth mentioning? Please leave a comment down below in the section. If you just founded a new company, then you want to click on the video that shows up on your screen right now to help you write a proper business plan to get the investors on board with you. Thank you.